Hey, everybody, coming to you on this weekend from home with my at-home giant periodic table. This is the Molarity and Dilution lab learning activity. So that's when we were in the lab on Wednesday with that bluish green chemical, putting it in our flasks and practicing making those solutions and practicing watering things down. We've got two key equations we would use on this. But the priority, you want to get that lab out. Don't just kind of fake your way through this. But we're either going to be using molarity as moles over volume, or if it uses the word dilution, or if it uses, talks about two M's or two V's, we use that one. This is the equation we used on the front of the lab. That's what we used when we put the solid into the liquid. This is the equation we used on the back of the lab. So we were trying really hard to help you out here, but you got to look for those hints, for those clues, and for that help. So you're going to see those things right there. Look for that and think, which equation? If it gives you two M's or two V's or uses the word dilution, we're over here. But if it's just giving you one M, one volume, or asking just on your molarity, you're over here. So I'm going to clear that off and kind of scroll through this to give some hints. We've got a solution has this concentration. What volume of solution must be used to make this molarity? So I've got two molarities. We've got an M and a V. We match those up and we're solving for our other V, just like it says, like we did on the back. Calculate the volume. I've got an M. I've got an amount. It wants my V. Sometimes this is a little bit tricky, to be honest. So the equation, I already wrote it, but for some people, it's a little bit more helpful to think moles equals molarity times volume. Because the volume's on the bottom of the equation, it makes that guy a little bit tricky. So we're doing molarity over volume, moles over molarity. I even said it wrong, equals our volume. And right here, if we see grams, we'll do exactly what we did in the lab. We need to chew our way grams to moles or moles to grams. So you're going to see that a few times because we don't have any mole machines that measure out our moles. We're always thinking with grams. So grams is our clue to get out the periodic table and do this. While you're doing this, write your work down, label your work, and then if you struggle or you don't get the grade you want the first or second time, bring that in, work with your teacher. We can make those corrections really easily and helpful and for you if you've done this. A lot of us have done great on this part of the benchmark, so we just need to match that up. There's a process one here. That's where it's really important. Think back to the lab. What order did I do things in? Or to look at our notes and look at our sample problems. We've got some more grams and molarity. So we've got all of that. And it tells you, similar to this calculation, similar to the thing you did on the front of the page where it tells you exactly what to do. These equations, obviously we've got some distractors, but I've written the molarity equation, M equals N over V. I've written the dilution equation, M1V1, M2V2. How can I solve for moles? How can I solve for volumes? Those are actually in these videos as well. Right here, it's telling you similar to which calculations. So do your best, try this out, write down your work, and come in with great questions on Monday. Most of us have been doing great on the worksheet or getting a lot of the right ideas on the quizzes, and maybe we're just a little confused on the Canvas assignments. Don't let that happen. Put it on paper, and when you make a mistake, ask your teacher.